The headlines. Protest erupts in Edo over governorship election results as coalition rounds up. Biting economic challenges leads to a surge in mental health cases. 12 dead as cholera hits Adamawa. Death toll from Iran coal mine blast hits over 50. Hello, good evening and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. We begin in Edo State as the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has officially rejected the governorship election results from Ego and Akoko Edo local government areas of the state, claiming, that has already been claimed by the All Progressives Congress according to INEC results. PDP agent Osagbovo Iyoha raised serious allegations of irregularities during the coalition process, claiming that the Independent National Electoral Commission manipulated results to favor the APC. He stated that the coalition center was moved away from the council headquarters and PDP agents were locked out, allowing only APC representatives inside the coalition center. Now, Iyoha contended that the PDP had actually won in Ego, yet the APC was declared the winner. He also claims that the results from Akoko Edo were suspicious as the voters recorded exceeded those captured by the Beavers machine. In response, APC acting chairman Jarrett Tenabe defended the results, asserting that they reflect the true will of the people. He also added that any issues raised during the election were addressed during the results collation, affirming that the votes declared corresponded with those recorded by the Beavers. Meanwhile, protests have erupted in response to the announcement of results from 16 local government areas out of the 18 local government areas in Edo Governorship Election. Demonstrators expressed their dissatisfaction with the election outcomes, voicing concerns over alleged irregularities while calling for transparency in the process.
We say no because of our children that are yet to come. We say no. That is what we are saying. This is the voice of the people.
The All Progressives Congress has been declared the winner of the local government elections held in Kwara State on Saturday. A statement released by the State Independent Electoral Commission Chairman Mohammed Baba Okala and made available to newsmen indicates that the ruling APC won all chairmanship and councillorship seats across the 16 local government areas and 193 wards in the state. 5 political parties went into the race that include the Allied People's Movement, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), the Social Democratic Party (SDP), and the Accord Party. Residents of Jalingo, the Taraba State capital, have expressed their concerns over the growing miscommunication in the oil sector, which has compounded the pricing regime in the country. They are calling for the government to resolve the crisis within the industry so as to provide succor to the people. Here's the report.
Jalingo residents appealed to the NNPCL to allow Dangote refinery fixed prices of petroleum products produced by the $20 billion refinery. Some of them expressed their surprises over NNPCL decision to fix prices for products produced by private refinery.
The same NNPC that could not manage our refinery for almost 30 years now, they want to fix price for a private refinery product. And to me, it's another way the government want to continue its monopoly of its own cabals.
The narrative has always been that after Dangote refinery has come on board, all these crises will cease. Then why are they trying to shortchange Nigeria?
One of the things I would say about the issue is that the NNPC has phobia. You know, a person that is a monopolist, Kaganeba, where he's trying to see a price change, he's scared. So that's what the NNPC they're afraid of. You know that kind of thing now, because they are seen as, okay, it's a refinery, it's a group, it's a consortium of firms that came, they want to open it. So since then they are monopolists. They are now scared of trying to allow him to be bringing fuel. That's the scare they have.
In contrast, Tamilu Gado is of the view that government and the NNPCL are doing the right thing, as government also purchases a large percentage of the product. He said, as a regulator, government has to control the sale in order to avoid arbitrary prices.
Dangote is a private business, and also government also have a regulatory power to regulate any agency that is cited in Nigeria or any company that is operating under this on this country, on our soil as a country. So government has to regulate, and government also has to look at the interests of the people, and also look at how he will come in to make sure that he salvage the suffering of Nigeria. So whether fixing price or not, but all we know is that a private company will fix price. The interest of every producer or every entrepreneur is to make profit. So they will also look at their profit margin. If you fix this price like this, can you be able to make profit?
They have urged the Dangote refinery to officially announce prices of its products.
As the hardship in the country continues to bite harder, a lot of Nigerians are battling with mental health challenges that are manifesting in poor sleep on a regular basis. Health personnel in Kaduna State who attributed the condition to insomnia say the condition is a direct implication of the day-to-day struggles of millions of Nigerians. Here's Trust TV's Bello Musa with more on the story.
Nigerians are battling with many challenges due to the economic hardships in the country, with many people finding it difficult to put food on their table. As a result of this, many people are suffering from insomnia as a result of economic challenges.
Now, wow, so many times, though only God, I just depend on God, if not so, my brother. So I don't know, I don't just know.
These days, it is very common to find people who go to bed at night but are unable to sleep. It has not happened to me, but I know a lot of people who are battling with insomnia due to the prevailing hardship in the country. Health experts also highlighted some health implications of insomnia to the human body.
Yes, other health implication that it have is that the energy, because when you don't have a sound sleep, even your thinking faculty will be negative, and secondly, you will be aggressive to everybody, because anything that it might not be, maybe there are some talks that you don't have to even react negatively, but due to lack of rest or poor sleep, you'll be reacting to it negatively.
They also suggested therapeutic approaches to getting better sleep.
For example, during the day, somebody should not take coffee. Somebody should not take maybe coffee or any stimulant before going to bed. Is a form of sleep hygiene. Then maybe secondly also, maybe an individual should only go to bed when he's asleep. And when he goes to bed, that individual should not watch television. He should not use his phone. Then also, an individual should have a specific time for going to bed. And there should not be maybe specific time of going to bed and also a specific time of waking up. And also the environment also should be comfortable, meaning that the environment should be quiet, should be familiar, should be comfortable, should be quiet and dark.
The residents are appealing to the government to ease their hardship by introducing programs and policies that will better the economy. Bello Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
The Adamawa state government has confirmed cholera outbreak in the state with 12 deaths recorded so far. According to Health Commissioner Felix Tangwami, 30 out of the 50 suspected cases tested positive for cholera. Of the fatalities, 6 occurred in a healthcare facility while 6 others died at home. A total of 308 people were admitted with 244 treated and discharged. Tangwami urged the public to be cautious, highlighting the importance of personal hygiene and ensuring safe water sources. He also assured that the state government, through the health workers, is working round the clock to contain the outbreak while calling for prayers and cooperation with health officials during the ongoing sensitization efforts. A fire outbreak early on Sunday morning at the University College Hospital, in Ibadan, Oyo State, was reported affecting a section of the 3rd floor of the Southwest 3rd Ward. The blaze caused panic among patients in the facility and their families in nearby wards, leading to confusion as they scrambled for safety. Firefighters from the Oyo State Fire Service quickly arrived on the scene to contain the situation. As at the time of filing this report, there has been no official statement from the hospital management regarding the cause or the extent of the damage to the facility. The federal government has appealed to Nigerians to clear their canals, drainages and gutters to help mitigate flooding. A dam update report from the Nigeria Hydrological Service on Sunday says the water levels of the nation's critical stations along the River Benue showed a steady increase towards flood levels. According to the statement signed by the head of media and publicity, Loretta Samuel, as of Saturday, the rise continues but at flood preparedness level. Samuel urges the 12 flood-prone states earlier warned by the agency to put measures in place to contain or allow conveyance. This is as a result of the overflow in the Alau Dam that caused the worst flooding in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, and in the history of Nigeria. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Still to come. Gombe rice millers embrace sustainable practices to combat climate change and boost earnings. More on this and many more stories up ahead in just a moment. Welcome back to the news and thank you most kindly for staying with us. Let's take another look at our top stories. Protests erupt in Edo over governorship election result as coalition rounds up. Biting economic challenges leading to a surge in mental health cases across the country. Rice millers in Gombe State are embracing safer and more efficient milling techniques to help combat the impact of climate change in the northeast. By adopting these new methods, they aim to reduce firewood consumption and help curb deforestation, as well as integrating environmental sustainability practices such as alternative power sources that can help enhance their earnings. Here's Hassan Koli for Trust TV News.
The newly introduced efficient rice parboiler will replace the traditional method of parboiling rice that requires burning lots of firewood, which is indirectly promoting deforestation. The move is part of effort by several pro-environmental organizations and individuals in the search for solution to the effect of climate change. According to renewable energy experts, the development will help reduce the level of firewood utilization in parboiling rice, a move that will go a long way in reducing the emission of harmful gases to the atmosphere. While welcoming any development that requires their contribution to campaigns against the adverse effect of climate change, the rice millers are optimistic that the rice parboiler will enhance their business too. As people who depended on firewood to process rice, we intentionally came here to look for better equipment. When compared with this one, the difference is significant. As we practice this stuff, we realize that we only use firewood worth 200 naira compared to that of 1,500 naira when we use our method. Another advantage of the new one is that it does not make the weather hot, so it is indeed a welcome development that we will for sure adopt in order to save the environment and improve our business too. With the adverse effect of climate change and environmental problems in the Northeast state, stakeholders say the youth must act to complement the ongoing climate change campaign.
Be bad to advocate and call on my fellow youth to come along, mobilize, from groups, from vanguards that will bring ideas due to our nature of dynamism as youths, full of energy. Let's bring innovative ideas that can be supportive to the already identified SDG 13, which is talking about climate change, which is a United Nations program, global program. However, you know, the SDGs, what they're talking about is think globally and act locally.
The recent flooding in Maiduguri, which killed dozens of people and rendered thousands homeless, has triggered calls for a holistic approach in the fight against environmentally harmful practices, especially during this time of hardship. From Gombe, Hassan Koli reporting for Trust TV.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency says its operatives has arrested 80-year-old grandfather Aremu Shojobi with 18 kilograms of cannabis sativa. The agency said that Shojobi confessed to selling the illicit drugs for the past 25 years. In a statement by a spokesperson on Sunday, the NDLEA says the suspect further claimed that he gets his supplies from Benin Republic and sells to his customers from his residence between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. on a daily basis. The NDLEA spokesperson also disclosed that a total of 25 million pills of tramadol, an opioid 3 times stronger than tramadol, and 350,000 bottles of codeine syrup were recovered at the Tinkan Port Complex in Lagos. He also added that the seizures were made on the 17th and 20th September 2024 from 3 containers that had been on the agency's watch list following processed intelligence. The NDLEA also in a statement says in the same vein that its operatives in Lagos on Wednesday raided the 2 homes of a community leader and Sarki Yamma of Badagry West LCDA, where a total of 226 kilograms of cannabis sativa were recovered from his 2 wives and son. In Kogi State, the NDLEA officers on patrol along Okene Lokoja Abuja Expressway on Tuesday, September 17, recovered 700,000 pills of Exol 5 coming from Lagos for distribution in Kano and Kaduna, while a suspect was arrested by operatives on Friday, 20th September along Mokwa Jeba Road in Niger State in possession of 49,000 tablets of tramadol, 20,000 tablets of diazepam, 100 amopils of tramadol injection, and 50 bottles of cough syrup with codeine. All right, let's turn our attention to developments on the international scene. And at least 51 workers were killed and over a dozen others injured following a massive explosion at a coal mine in eastern Iran, according to official statement released on Sunday. The blast, which occurred late Saturday at a mine in Tebas, approximately 540 kilometers southeast of Tehran, is one of the deadliest mining disasters in Iran's history. Rescue efforts continue, with 17 miners still believed to be trapped within the mine. Authorities have attributed the explosion to a methane gas leak, a common hazard in coal mines. As families mourn their loved ones, questions remain about the safety measures in place at the privately owned Mandajo coal mine, which operates the area. Now, the disaster adds to a tragic history of mining incidents in Iran, where poor safety standards have led to several fatal incidents over the years. Iran, rich in minerals, consumes about 3.5 million tons of coal annually, but imports nearly half due to limited domestic extraction. And in sports, Daniel Dubois retained his IBF World Heavyweight title with a stunning fifth-round knockout of Anthony Joshua in a thrilling all-British showdown at Wembley. The 27-year-old dominated early rounds repeatedly, flooring the two-time former champion. In the fifth round, Dubois briefly staggered from Joshua's attack, but swiftly countered with two powerful right hands, leaving Joshua unable to beat the count. Daniel Dubois became the IBF World Champion after Alexander Usyk vacated the title following his victory over Tyson Fury, opting for a rematch with Fury instead of facing Dubois again. That's all the news at this hour. Feel free to join us later at 9 o'clock for more bulletin briefing on the day's biggest news stories. But for now, you can follow us across our social media platforms. To stay in touch, you can also visit our website, trusttv.com, for more. My name is Abdullahi Ahmed. Thank you for watching.